Have you ever felt that life has played a cruel trick on you, that effort and dedication haven't been enough to take you where you want to be? Today, I bring you a shocking truth, a revelation that many still don't understand. There is a promise, one that hides in plain sight, and it's destined exclusively for those who have the courage to believe in the impossible. Yes, you read that right. $70,950,000 are destined to come to you. But there's a crucial requirement. You must complete this prayer, open your heart to Christ, and allow the blessing to flow. Does it sound incredible? Perhaps. But the true power lies in faith, in accepting that blessings can come in unexpected ways and at the most improbable moments. It's not just a matter of praying, but of aligning yourself with the divine will, recognizing that God has absolute control over the universe and therefore, over your finances. And the question you should ask yourself is not whether you can receive this blessing, but whether you are prepared to handle it when it arrives. Are you ready to open the door to unprecedented prosperity? Wealth, money, are not just numbers in a bank account. They are a tangible manifestation of the abundance that God has reserved for those who are faithful to Him. And this prayer is the key that can unlock that flow of wealth in your life. But, is it true? Could a simple prayer have such power? The answer is in your hands, in your willingness to believe, to pray, and to receive. What's at stake here is more than just a sum of money. It's the opportunity to transform your life, to see promises fulfilled that once seemed unreachable. Now, before you move forward, stop and reflect. What is really stopping you from reaching this blessing? Doubts? Fears? This is the moment to break free from those chains, to declare out loud that you are ready to receive what is rightfully yours. Because after this prayer, your financial life will change forever. Jesus promised it, and today, that promise is about to be fulfilled. The question is, do you have the courage to believe and receive? In the heart of every person, there is a deep longing for change, a need to experience a transformation that gives a radical turn to their life. This video brings a divine message that announces an extraordinary event, one that will happen within 3 hours. This event is not common but something that has been carefully designed for you, a financial blessing that may be the answer to your most sincere prayers. By receiving this message, you are preparing for a significant change in your life, one that is only revealed to those who are willing to open their hearts. God works in mysterious ways, and this upcoming intervention is proof of that. Every detail has been planned to ensure that this moment comes to you at the perfect time. In a few hours, something will change profoundly in your life, something that will lead you to experience an unexpected financial blessing. This is not just a simple message but a call to prepare for what is to come, a reminder that God is always working in your favor, even when you cannot see it. This divine intervention is not a coincidence. It is a unique opportunity presented to you now. How you respond to this message can determine the flow of blessings that are destined for your life. At this very moment, while watching this video, God is preparing the way for something great to happen. It's not just a matter of faith but of being ready to receive what is about to come. If you allow this message to penetrate your being, you will see how your financial situation begins to transform. Imagine how it would be if, in just 3 hours, your financial life took a complete turn. Imagine that the worries that have kept you awake at night were replaced by unexpected peace and abundance. This divine message offers you that possibility, but it requires you to keep faith and hope. The key to receiving this blessing is not losing confidence in God's plan for you, even when things seem uncertain. This video is more than just a statement. It is an invitation to believe in the impossible. In 3 hours, you could witness a financial miracle that will change your life forever. God has a perfect plan, and this moment is part of that plan. As you watch this video, let every word fill you with an unshakable conviction that something great is about to happen. It's no coincidence that you're here, at this moment, watching this message. Throughout life, it's easy to lose hope when things don't go as expected. However, this message is a reminder that God never abandons you and is always working in your favor, even in silence. This financial blessing that is about to arrive is proof of that. Keep faith and patience because what is about to come will exceed all your expectations. This is a decisive moment, a turning point in your life. Do not underestimate the power of this message. It is designed to reach you at the right time so that you can receive a blessing that will profoundly change your life. Within 3 hours, you will be in a different place, not only financially but in all areas of your life. This is the type of divine intervention that happens only once in a lifetime, and it is crucial that you are prepared to receive it. Let this message guide you toward the abundance that God has planned for you. God has brought you to this point for a reason. Every experience, every challenge, has prepared you for this moment. This message is the culmination of everything you've lived through, a reminder that your story is not over. Within 3 hours, you will experience a change that will mark the beginning of a new chapter in your life. This change is not just about money, it is about the fulfillment and realization of God's promises in your life. The key to receiving this blessing lies in your willingness to believe and act. This message invites you to take a stance of faith, to prepare for what God is about to do in your life. It is not enough to just listen, it is necessary to believe and be ready to receive. This is a unique opportunity, one that will not be repeated, and it is crucial that you are prepared to receive what is about to come. Every minute counts, and every decision you make in these coming hours will determine the flow of blessings in your life. This message is the gateway to that reality, but only if you are willing to open it. God has orchestrated this moment with precision, and now it is up to you to receive it with faith and gratitude. This is a reminder that when you trust in the divine plan, the impossible becomes possible. This message not only speaks to you of what is to come, but of what is already in motion. While you are here, watching this video, God is already working in your favor. The financial blessings you need are on the way, and it is only a matter of time before they reach you. Keep faith, keep hope, and remember that this moment is just the beginning of something much bigger. God has prepared something special for you, and it is about to manifest in your life. This is a moment of expectation and preparation. While you wait, allow your heart to be filled with gratitude and anticipation for what is to come. Within 3 hours, you will be in a different place, not only financially but spiritually. This is the power of divine intervention, a financial blessing that will change everything. Receive this message with an open and willing heart, and prepare to see how God transforms your life in ways you could not have imagined. The coming hours are crucial for you. This video is not just a message, but a guide to what is about to happen in your life. God has planned this moment for a long time, and now He presents it to you so that you can receive a financial blessing that will change everything. Stand firm in faith because what is to come is great, it is powerful, and it is destined for you. This is a moment you will remember for the rest of your life. Every word of this message is designed to prepare your heart for what is to come. It's no coincidence that you're here, at this moment, watching this video. God has arranged everything so that you receive this financial blessing at the perfect time. Within 3 hours, you will see your life take an unexpected turn, a turn that can only come from a divine intervention. This is the beginning of something new, something that will change your life forever. While you wait for the manifestation of this blessing, let faith and hope guide your thoughts and actions. This message is proof that God has never left you and has always been working in your favor. Within 3 hours, you will see the answer to your deepest prayers and experience a change that will transform your life forever. This is the power of divine intervention, a financial blessing that is about to arrive in your life. This message is just the beginning of a chain of events that will change your life. Stay open, receptive, and above all, firm in faith. What God has planned for you is greater than you could imagine, and in very little time, you will begin to see the fruits of your trust and devotion. Do not let this moment pass without receiving what is rightfully yours. The financial blessings are on the way, and your life is about to be transformed in a way you never dreamed possible. In the midst of our imperfections and mistakes, there is a constant that never changes: God's infinite love. This love is not conditioned by our actions but is offered freely, even when we feel we don't deserve it. God loves us with an intensity that goes beyond our human understanding, and that love is the foundation upon which our entire existence is built. Despite the challenges we face, His love is always present, guiding and protecting us, even in moments when it seems He is silent. When we think of God's love, it is easy to underestimate it, comparing it to the human love we know. However, God's love is radically different. It is a love that transcends failures, doubts, and fears. It is a love that seeks the best for us, even when we cannot see it ourselves. This video explores the depth of divine love, reminding us that no matter how many times we fall, there is always a way back to God's loving arms, where we will find peace and comfort. The story of humanity is full of examples of how God's love has transformed lives, from Noah's salvation to Lazarus's resurrection. These biblical examples not only show God's power but also His immense love for us. This love is not limited to the heroes of the Bible. It is available to each of us, at every moment of our lives. The key is to recognize it and accept it, allowing His love to guide us through every decision and challenge. Sometimes, in the stillness of our lives, we can feel that God is far away, but in reality, He is always close, working in ways we cannot see. His love is in the small details, in the blessings we take for granted, like health, family, and yes, even in the financial blessings that come in times of need. This video invites us to reflect on how God's love manifests in our daily lives, reminding us that we are never alone and that we can always count on His unconditional support. It is important to understand that God's love is not based on merits, but on His divine nature. It is a love that accepts us as we are, with all our imperfections. No matter how many times we have failed, God is always willing to forgive us and give us a new opportunity. This unconditional love is a constant source of strength and hope, especially in times of financial difficulty, where we may feel overwhelmed by the circumstances. God is with us, working silently, preparing the way for a blessing that will change our situation. This love, so great and powerful, is also a call to love others with the same generosity and compassion that God shows us. When we allow God's love to flow through us, we not only transform our lives but also the lives of those around us. This video challenges us to be reflections of divine love in our surroundings, showing mercy, forgiveness, and understanding in every interaction. In doing so, we become channels of blessings, including financial ones, that can positively impact our community. Through this video, we are reminded that God's love is the force that moves the universe. It is the engine behind every act of kindness, every miracle, and every blessing. This love knows no limits or conditions and is available to all, regardless of their situation or past. By embracing this love, we allow God to work in our lives in ways we could never imagine, opening doors to opportunities and financial blessings that once seemed unreachable. When we look back on our lives, it is easy to see how God's love has been present at every stage, guiding and protecting us. This video encourages us to remember those moments and give thanks for God's constant love. In doing so, we realize that, although circumstances may change, God's love remains firm. This is an inexhaustible source of hope that sustains us even in the darkest moments and prepares us to receive the blessings that are to come. God's love also teaches us to live with a grateful heart. This video reminds us of the importance of gratitude, not only for the big blessings but also for the small ones we often overlook. By cultivating a spirit of gratitude, we open our lives to more blessings, including financial ones. This act of recognizing God's love in every detail of our lives allows us to live with a greater awareness of His presence and constant provision. God's love also calls us to be generous with what we have received. God's love is also an invitation to trust Him in every area of our lives. This video encourages us to surrender our worries and anxieties to God, trusting that His love is sufficient to cover all our needs. This trust frees us to live fully, knowing that we are in the hands of a God who loves us more than we can imagine. With this trust, we can face any challenge, knowing that God is by our side. In life, we all face financial challenges at some point, and it is in those moments when we most need to trust in God's power. This video explores the promise of a significant financial change, a change that can transform not only our bank accounts but also our outlook on life. The key is to trust in God's timing, knowing that He has a perfect plan for each of us. Even when the situation seems desperate, it is important to remember that God is capable of multiplying even the smallest resources to create great miracles. The story of the widow and the oil is a clear example of how God can intervene in our finances. This woman, who was on the verge of losing everything, trusted the prophet Elisha and obeyed his instructions, filling jars with the little oil she had. God not only multiplied that oil but did so in such a way that the widow was able to sell it and pay all her debts, securing her future and that of her children. This story teaches us that, although our resources may be limited, when we place them in God's hands, He can do extraordinary things. It is in moments of greatest scarcity that we most need to remember that God is our provider. This video reminds us that the key to financial change lies in faith and obedience to God's will. It's not just about waiting for a miracle but about acting in faith, doing our part so that God can do His. Sometimes, that means taking the first step, even when we don't know how everything will be resolved. It is in that act of faith where God shows His power and faithfulness. Life is full of challenges, and financial difficulties can be especially discouraging. However, this video invites us to look beyond the current circumstances and trust that God has a perfect plan. Although change doesn't always come immediately, we can be sure that God is working in our favor. This message is a reminder that, even in times of greatest need, God is preparing something great for us, a financial blessing that will exceed all our expectations. Throughout our lives, we will face situations that will test our faith, and finances are often one of those areas. This video highlights the importance of remaining firm in trusting God, knowing that He has the power to transform any situation. When we find ourselves on the brink of despair, it is precisely the moment when God can do His greatest work. By trusting Him and His perfect timing, we can expect a financial change that will bring not only relief but also a new perspective on divine abundance. Gratitude plays a crucial role in the manifestation of financial blessings. This video reminds us that, even in scarcity, we must be thankful for what we have. This act of gratitude not only honors God but also opens our lives to more blessings. The widow in the story was not only blessed for her obedience but also for her willingness to act in faith, being thankful for the little she had. This attitude is key to experiencing the financial change that God has in store for us. It's easy to lose hope when financial challenges seem overwhelming. However, this video encourages us to keep faith alive, remembering that God never abandons us. Through prayer and trust in His plan, we can see how God works miracles in our financial life. This change doesn't always happen overnight, but we can be sure that, in God's time, we will see the manifestation of His provision in ways we could never have imagined. The financial change that God promises does not always come in the form we expect. Sometimes it manifests through new opportunities, divine connections, or innovative ideas that lead us to greater prosperity. This video invites us to be open to the different ways in which God can bring that change into our lives. By maintaining an attitude of faith and expectation, we can be sure that God will open doors that were previously closed, guiding us toward abundance. It is important to remember that financial change is not just for our benefit, but also to bless others. This video emphasizes the responsibility we have to use our blessings to help those around us. God blesses us so that we can be a blessing, and it is in that act of giving that we experience true wealth. When we share what we have received, we not only honor God but also multiply our blessings, creating a continuous cycle of abundance. Patience is a virtue that we must cultivate while waiting for financial change. This video reminds us that God operates in His perfect time and that sometimes the waiting process is necessary to prepare us for what is to come. The widow in the story had to wait and trust in the instructions she received, and by doing so, she saw how God transformed her situation. In the same way, we must trust that, although the answer may not be immediate, God is working in our favor. Throughout history, we have seen how God has blessed those who trust in Him. This video encourages us to remember those testimonies of faith and use them as a source of inspiration in our financial challenges. God is faithful, and His promise of provision is sure. When we face difficulties, we can look back and see how God has been faithful in the past, which gives us the confidence to believe that He will be faithful again in the future. The financial change that God has in store for us is not just about money, but about a complete transformation of our perspective and attitude toward life. This video challenges us to look beyond the numbers and focus on the divine purpose behind each blessing. In doing so, we find a peace and joy that transcends material circumstances. This is the true gift that God offers us, a full and abundant life in every sense. In everyday life, it is easy to forget the importance of prayer and gratitude, especially when facing difficulties. It is easy to fall into the trap of thinking that our prayers are not heard, especially when the answers don't come immediately. However, this video reminds us that God always listens and responds, even if sometimes He does so in ways we don't expect. Patience and perseverance in prayer are essential to seeing the manifestation of divine blessings. Even when we don't understand God's timing, we can trust that He is working in our favor, preparing a future filled with abundance. In life, we all face moments when it seems that circumstances are against us, and it is precisely in those moments when faith and hope become essential. This video concludes with a call to keep faith alive, even when everything seems lost. Faith is the unwavering trust that God has a perfect plan, one that is unfolding, even when we cannot see it. This trust gives us the strength to keep going, knowing that, although the road is difficult, God will never abandon us. Hope is faith's sister, and together they allow us to see beyond current circumstances to a future full of promises. This video invites us to hold on to hope, even when things don't make sense. Hope is the light that guides us in the darkness, reminding us that there is always a new dawn after the darkest night. With faith and hope, we can face any challenge, knowing that God is with us every step of the way. It is natural to feel fear and doubt when things don't go as planned, but this video reminds us that God has not given us a spirit of fear but of power, love, and self-control. Faith and hope allow us to face our fears with courage, trusting that God will give us the strength we need. When we hold on to these two virtues, we discover that, although the storms of life are strong, they cannot knock us down because we are firmly rooted in the rock that is Christ. Faith and hope not only sustain us in difficult times, but also prepare us to receive the blessings that God has in store for us. This video reminds us that, when we trust God and wait patiently, He fulfills His promises in His perfect time. Although the journey may be long and difficult, the reward is great for those who persevere. Faith and hope allow us to wait with anticipation, knowing that God has something good prepared for us. Throughout history, faith and hope have been the driving force behind great achievements and miracles. This video invites us to be part of that story, to live with unshakable faith and firm hope in the future. When we allow these virtues to guide our lives, we discover that nothing is impossible for God. He is capable of doing much more than we ask or imagine, and our faith and hope are the keys to unlocking those blessings. It is easy to lose hope when facing prolonged trials, but this video encourages us not to give up. God is always working, even when we don't see it. Faith tells us that God is in control, and hope assures us that His promises will be fulfilled. This is a reminder that, even though we don't understand everything that happens, we can trust that God has a purpose for each trial and that, in the end, everything works for our good. Faith and hope also protect us from discouragement and despair. This video reminds us that when we feel down, we can lift our eyes to God and find renewed strength. Faith sustains us when everything else fails, and hope gives us the courage to keep going, knowing that each challenge is an opportunity to grow and mature in our relationship with God. This perspective allows us to face life with a positive attitude, trusting that God is in control. Faith and hope are the anchors that keep us firm in the midst of life's storms. This video reminds us that when we hold on to these virtues, we not only survive but thrive. God has great plans for us, and when we live with faith and hope, we position ourselves to receive everything He has for us. This is the transformative power of trusting in God, a life filled with peace, purpose, and abundant blessings. You have reached the end of this journey, but in reality, it is only the beginning of a new stage in your life. All the knowledge you have acquired here has no value if you do not apply it. Are you ready to take control of your destiny and allow God's blessings to flow into every aspect of your life? Remember, faith without action is sterile. It's time to put into practice what you have learned. Pray with conviction, live with gratitude, and act with unshakable hope and faith. I want to ask you a question. What are you willing to do to see that transformation in your life? Are you willing to take that step of faith, to fully trust in God and His plan for you? Do not let fear or doubt stop you. This is your moment, the opportunity you have been waiting for to change your life forever. Do not wait any longer. Start today, and you will see how God pours His blessings on you abundantly. And before saying goodbye, I want to invite you to join our community. Subscribe to the channel and activate notifications so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos full of powerful and transformative teachings. Together, we can grow in faith, hope, and love, and live the full and abundant life that God has planned for us. See you in the next video, and may God always bless you.